All right, we are out here on the show floor at the NADA Show 2025. I'm here at the ComplyAuto booth. I'm here with David and Andy, and we're just going to talk about paper the whole time. That's all we're going to do. No, guys, thank you so much for joining us today to kind of share what you guys are doing to serve dealers. So, you know, I think when people think about ComplyAuto, a lot of the conversation around what you guys are doing is around just making sure the dealers are protected. There's some operational things, but many people don't know that it's a big tech operation as well. Like there's a lot of engineering and tech and solutioning for dealers as well. And you're right at the helm of it as the Chief Engineering Officer. Talk to us a little bit about, first, the philosophy of why develop tech around compliance.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty easy question. It's because, you know, in the industry, we have this.
Yeah.
And so how do you combat this? Well, you use technology. So we use AI and scanning and really our deep compliance knowledge and dealership knowledge to take this to the next level, scan it, and give a real-time analysis of this so it can go to the lender and get funded the very first time, as opposed to just sorting through all these papers. It's just a click of the button now. So it's really fun, and it hasn't been possible without the advent of AI. So you really have to stay on top of tech. I mean, I can honestly say this wasn't possible a year ago. So unless you're staying on top of technology and doing it, then you can't build new products like this.
So explain to us exactly what you're doing now, because I know a lot of people know you for, the website banners. They know you for government compliance stuff internally. But tell us exactly what you're doing. Like, give us the walkthrough of the how of what DealCheck AI is.
Yeah, so we've just been very deep in the compliance space, like you said, forever. And one of the products we launched at the last NADA was Guardian. And we said, hey, you can submit your deal jackets well after the fact, and we'll run them through AI, and we'll scan them, and we'll get our auditor, and we'll sit down with you virtually and go through them. And everyone's like, that's an awesome product. And then it started saying, how can you do that more real time? How can you give me that kind of power before it actually goes to the lender so I can do all these kind of F&I checks that you're doing after the fact with the compliance? And we're like, those are great ideas. Let's do that, exactly. And so again, with the advent of technology and how fast it is and the new models that are coming out, we actually pulled it off, right? So we say approximately 60 seconds now. That means the dealer doesn't even, the customer doesn't even leave the dealership lot before we can run out there and like, we're missing a signature. Oh, we need to sign this piece of paper. Oh, we forgot that front license plate requirement. Let's get it in there. So we started with the compliance, and now we're riding into the F&I chain, which is awesome.
It's awesome, Andy. Obviously, you're out there talking to dealers, kind of getting the feedback of all the products that you have, but specifically this. What's been the current feedback and how people are beginning to imagine getting this into the efficiency of their process?
Sure. So I think I've talked to probably 15 dealers in the last day, and each one of them said the same thing. When can I sign up? I mean, they are psyched. It's a product that's been needed in the industry for a really long time. And like David said, without the advent of AI and the recent development by our team, we couldn't have done it. And so now dealers are saying, hey, this is amazing, because one of the biggest issues dealers face today is 3 letters, CIT, and this solves that problem.
Yeah.
Contracts in transit, we reduce it by at least 1 day for dealers.
That's a big deal when your funds are out there on the line and you got question marks in funding. As you guys think about this and your entire product suite, obviously you're looking into 2025 and thinking about everything from what's going on Capitol Hill to what's going on in dealerships. How are you preparing and thinking about the next iterations of what you're doing over this next year?
That's a great question. Well, one of the things that we do that's unique in the compliance industry is we actually employ 7 attorneys on staff. And so they're constantly combing what's happening not only on Capitol Hill, but what's happening in state and regional levels. And so we're staying ahead of all of that. And then with the help of our development team, we're building all of that in there, because one of the things I actually just talked about on the show yesterday was that the law is ever changing. And to ask F&I people or salespeople or managers to stay
on
abreast
top
of
that,
it's impossible. And so we do that for them. And so they use our tools. They know they're compliant. They know that they're safe.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thanks for sharing a little bit about what you're doing for serving dealers, for kind of like covering the back and making sure that they can stay protected, but also maintain efficiency and great sales opportunities on the floor. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and here you go. This is yours now.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah.
We don't need
I know
it,
what
so
to do
there
with
you
this.
go.
I was in the F&I office a little while.
There you go.
There you go. Wow.
All right.
Need that. Oops.